Now, we've been complicit in all of this war business. We've created a situation which has enabled the likes of Russia and China to amass inconceivable wealth whilst developing a childlike reliance on them for goods and, more importantly, a reliance on them for our vital services. We are completely at their mercy, and the only way we can start helping is by investing in ourselves. Now, we've sold off things like steel, water and energy and created global supply chains, which are great when all is well in the world, but these fall apart when war or global events occur and other countries in that chain choose to prioritise their own citizens. COVID is a pretty obvious example of that, because we had repeatedly farmed out the purchasing of our healthcare products like PPE to China. We simply did not have the supply or capacity to create what was needed. So the government went about throwing money at the wall as people died in their thousands. Some, I can imagine, needlessly and possibly due to the exposure to the virus because of badly made PPE. We are pretty much drunk on cheap products from abroad. So when it matters, we are vulnerable. Looking at the war in Ukraine, I can see how the inaction of the West, which is part of the problem, has come about. Superpower Germany, in particular, has been slow to respond because, well, they've got gas to think about. Countries around the world are slowly falling into line, although no one country has been prepared to put its head above the parapet, in large part because Russia have nuclear weapons and, of course, because of vested interests like the SWIFT banking service. The Ukrainian people, however, are stoic in their resistance. And President Zelensky, well, he's a hero in my eyes. He didn't run away or fly off in a helicopter packed with money and desert his people like the Afghan president. He is there, fighting to save his people, his country, and their way of life. So the West, entangled in a financial web with Russia and indeed China, who appear to be united, watches on paralysed. Vladimir Putin doesn't really come across as someone with a sense of humour. I mean, if you're prepared to bomb your own people, and let's face it, Ukraine was in the Soviet Union for longer than it's been out of it, when you make a clear threat to people outside of that and warn of unimaginable consequences for those who intervene, you are to be taken at your word. Putin is a man on a mission to reunite parts of his so-called lost empire. He will, by the looks of things, go on to any lengths to make this happen. So perhaps we need to reassess our vulnerabilities. We talk of levelling up, but how about this for a plan? Reopen the coal mines, frack for shale gas and extract North Sea oil. That will level up the UK. Most of this country's true wealth is up north, and for the life of me, I can't think of any conceivable reason why we simply don't get on with this. This country was made great by investing in itself. No man is an island. This was a book famously written by John Donne. He expressed how we are all connected. He argues that people need each other and are better together than they are in isolation, because every individual is one piece of a greater whole than its humanity itself. He's right. We need to work together, but the only way we can help each other is by having a sense of independence and freedom to make that happen.